how did you come up with Inclus? What's the background?
Yeah, well, in my mind, that's an interesting background at least. So I co-founded Inclus with Juha Törmänen, who's a mathematician, very smart guy and software developer. And he was working with me in CMI, Crisis Management Initiative, founded by President Martti Ahtisaari, a conflict resolution peace mediation office. And I led a methods and tools team there. And we had a small team which was responsible over traveling to 15 different countries whenever the conflict parties needed help in so-called shared analysis. So in a peace mediation process, you come to a situation where the conflict parties simply have too many issues listed, either as the drivers of the conflict or as problems to be solved together to make the agreement, the comprehensive peace agreement, where CMI is often aiming for. Very ambitious work, very difficult work, very sensitive work, very serious work. So there we helped the conflict parties first with, we started with Excel sheets and so on, but we started to develop a software, MVPs, on how to bring the different views together of the conflict parties so that they can see where they have commonalities in their views, where they can see maybe win-win solutions, where they can clearly see that this would be a bad thing for both parties, lose-lose scenarios, and from there sort of to try to prioritize the matters where they should be focusing the actual dialogue and peace mediation processes. And these tools sort of structure that analytical challenge that the conflict parties have. And
it's actually amazing how similar businesses are to geographic conflicts.
Exactly.
There are often several parties, whether it be those functions or owners and management or customers and management. And oftentimes it's difficult to identify the common themes.
Yeah.
It's not just in conflicts, it's also in everyday business. And the same functionality works. When I started using Inclus, that was of course one thing. I think it's a great tool. But then as we got to know each other a little bit more, I started thinking about Inclus as an investment opportunity, wanting to help you bring this great tool for many other people. I was also attracted by your background. Because as an investor, I have found that it's always better to invest in a team that has both their hearts and minds in the business.
We do.
And many companies only have their minds and maybe their wallets in the business, but their hearts are not.
Yeah.
And your background sort of emphasized that your hearts are in this, because you still do crisis management work.
Quite a lot, yes. We are working now currently in 4 conflicts, for example, in Yemen, Libya, Iraq, Myanmar, with CMI. So some of the most hairiest conflicts that there is in the face of the earth, and millions of people are suffering from those. So this is something very important for us, but and it helps us to sort of persist and go through the challenges, and we will not stop, whatever happens, in a way that we try to contribute to that work anyhow, in the way that we have the capabilities. So it's something very important for us, but we believe that it's also important to understand and help the complexities of the corporations where they are now facing, for example, COVID has shown quite clearly that there's a need for quick analytical tools to help to sort out the situation.